Nice night in the shelter. It has rained off and on, so once again, it is wet. Not a bad night to be under a roof. And wouldn't you know it, they lock the bathrooms here at night. They're also not very short of a walk. Coffee time in the morning, featuring Tater's nose barely sticking out of her sleeping bag. I do like how they position the shelter opening up to the sunrise. So I'm just here drinking my coffee and doing my video edits, and Taters is doing what I think is mindful meditation. At least I think that's what those meditative sounds that are coming out of her sleeping bag are all about. And here is a very sun-in-the-face and awake Taters who is totally talking in full sentences.
Yeah, good morning.
Good job. This was take 13. And here's me working smarter, not harder, so I don't have to do something unpleasant like turn around or get up. Morning video edits are done. Coffee is drunk, a bare minimum of coffee, and we are about to get moving. And we are totally only getting moving at 9 o'clock due to video edits. That is my story, and I am sticking with it. And so starts the great Easter limping down the road towards a bridge.
You just gotta get warmed up.
I've been saying that for 43 years. It hasn't happened yet. And I've lived through several extreme heat waves. Nice night other than the surprise locked bathrooms this morning. And I think I figured out what those known hazards are. Today is the last day of the clear weather. Last weather report I was able to pull.
Don't say that. Oh, look at that bridge.
So we're hoping to take advantage of the clear weather, and our goal is to do another 20-some mile day. Granted, pretty much every day the goal is to do a 20-plus mile day. It's just I'm bad at achieving goals, and she's easily amused by birds. Dun 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 dun! I'm gonna go with the Canadian geese. And we get little glimpses of wilderness. But hey, C&O trail, right? If it wasn't for the massive amount of agricultural runoff in all this, and trash and animal excrement, there is water all over. So for the last couple of months, I've been trying to get Jen like psyched up for this cross-country hike because she was less excited. She's really looking forward to the Yukon next year. So I've been like going, F yeah, Kansas. And I was going to get her a hat that had like corn and it was flat and it had tornadoes. But I feel like this is kind of a warm-up. We're out here in the fields. There's dead things. It smells like chickens. Don't worry, Blondie. I think it's just like 10 more miles to Utah. So we have been looking ahead as best we can. We have the Chesapeake Bridge coming up in a little under 20 miles. The camping options are kind of sparse. The weather is closing in after today. Tuesday, they're actually predicting 1.5 inches of a rain, which is like things are getting biblical. Start collecting all the animals sort of thing. So tonight, our campsite, I believe it is named Best Western. I'm not sure which campground that is. Welcome to the ADT. First week and it's 2 hotels. I feel dirty. Good thing there's so many access to showers out here. But yeah, I was telling Jen, I don't mind hiking in the rain, but once you get to like 1 inch of rain, it tends to be kind of counterproductive. And that's when I start looking about it might be better just to find some place to hunker for the day. So we'll see. We'll be over in the Annapolis area when that happens. And welcome to our new daily event, Tater's desperately trying to find places to pee along the ADT. And yet again, I try to explain people that a road walk isn't a road walk. There's lots of different types. This section is quite pleasant. It's relatively quiet. Only some cars. The last however many hours this morning has been on busier roads, through farms, long views of nothing, and that dragged a little more. So the crossings like these are marked with like a skull and crossbones on the Hiking America data set, so I've been referring to them quite enthusiastically as death crossings. They are kind of difficult to get across though. And it is smelling brackish. Not her. She smells non-brackish, but stinky.
Not yet.
Wow.
Gosh, it stinks.
Oh, wow. And hostile. I can smell the hostility from here. And yet another death crossing. This is about the only time you see me run. No, Jen. Taters was going to walk right by it, but I found her a little den of snakes. Wow, 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 wow. And one more death crossing, and then we have it a little easier, we think. They seem to not really believe in like lights, crosswalks, pedestrian crossings in this part of the state. Jen just got super excited because there is new technology that has been rolled out here, aka a sidewalk. For the last couple of hours, we've been on heavy traffic with no shoulder, basically. Maybe this is your non-teacher calling. In Florida, it was vegetables as a concept because all the restaurants we went into on the Swanee, there were like no vegetables. And then people on the internet were telling us, oh yeah, we grow those at home. We just go to restaurants for giant balls of meat. Internet, what do you gotta do? But we were gonna do a fusion restaurant, which was vegetables with anything. And it was gonna be great. Maryland, it's going to be sidewalks and pedestrian crossings so we don't die. And we literally had to stop and smell the flowers because they were pretty, smell good, and they're filled with bees, and I've been carrying these EpiPens for like 2 years without an opportunity to use them.
Hey, you are allergic to wasps, not bees.
That we know of. Also, apparently when the Epi is no longer clear, it becomes a mild hallucinogenic, and I think it gets a street value.
Oh yeah, how close are we to that?
Not there yet. Jen doesn't do this because I don't know how she gets through the day. I'm amused by signs, so I see stuff like that and I'm like, okay, if we're attacked, we're going in there, and boom, police are there immediately. I have no idea what goes through the mind of Miss Gigglinator over here. I'm guessing it has to do with, have you seen that video of the man juggling in front of the quokka? And the quokka is looking like really confused, and like its little hand is trying to get the things that the guy's juggling. That's what's... This has actually been a pretty pleasant day, especially going through the towns. Unfortunately, it is the end of our reprieve from the weather, and it looks like it's going to get kind of biblical over the next couple of days. Monday looks survivable, and Tuesday looks like a start gathering the animals and measuring cubits. Unfortunately, the hotel that Blondie picked, which seems generally to be a good choice, it's another Best Western, it's surrounded by only seafood. Like, I got excited because there were nachos, but it is an abomination in the eyes of every deity in the history of deities. It's seafood nachos. Who would even do that? So we may be going full on second verse same as the first, staying at a Best Western and ordering Domino's because it's the only reliable delivery. Or we send somebody younger with fresher feet a mere 1.6 miles each direction to get like a hamburger, which...
Okay, one, it's Easter, it's probably gonna be closed anyway. Two, my legs have got to warm up also.
And how do you warm them up? That's 3.2 miles of warm up. But yeah, not only is everything seafood through here, it's like really expensive seafood. And sadly, once again, this appears to be our campsite. And then we start walking bridges and whatnot. Oh, I just wish there was non-seafood here. It's Taters in luxury accommodations. And there is our other hiker friend. This is bothering me just a bit, but it does get wilder the further west, like Utah, all of that, eventually, maybe.
So when I come over the summer, it's gonna be like all beautiful wilderness.
Are you seeing that hair? Well, at least this is feeling different than the farmland. Once we're over the bridge, it feels like we'll have a clear run for a while, other than, you know, the biblical rain. And on one hand, I'm very annoyed that we had to get like 2 hotels this close, but on the other hand, deliver Indian food.
At the recommendation of the front desk, we did end up getting some really yummy Indian food from a nearby gas station. and are settling in for the night. Home sweet home for the night.